Audio Jungle.
Of course, we were here yesterday discussing what is currently happening in Edo State, and we are still here at the newsstand in Nogba, still trying to review what we have on today's edition of this program with the Vanguard newspaper. Of course, it's no longer news that Godwin Obaseki of the People's Democratic Party won the September 19 poll, and there's a wide jubilation in Edo State right now. Yesterday, the jubilation went on in that state, and this morning we still have the citizens of Edo State jubilating. Of course, we have on the front page of this journal a picture illustrating that there was a carnival in Edo State yesterday. Obaseki's Victory Carnival in Edo State. You can see it on the front page of this journal. Quickly to the major headline on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper, we have why we lost Edo to PDP by APC Chieftains. Wow. There is always an excuse whenever a particular political party loses an election in a particular state in Nigeria. And this particular state we are talking right here is Edo State. Why we lost Edo to PDP by APC Chieftains. Okay, APC congratulates Obaseki, says it's victory for democracy. Wow. APC congratulates Obaseki, that's a Godwin Obaseki, 4+4. It says it's victory for democracy. Our 2023 permutations ruined party's chance. Buhari, Boni, Ganduje meets in Aso Rock. APC was going to win. I don't know what happened, says El-Rufai. APC was, look at that statement. APC was going to win. I don't know what happened, says the governor of Kaduna State, that's El-Rufai. Our Shomole, Tinubu cost APC is a Yamu Diali. Our Shomole, Tinubu cost APC is a Yamu Diali, says Ojo. All right, party leaders to meet this week. 70 CSOs loud INEC. Police over conduct of Edo governorship poll. Be magnanimous in victory to cool passions of passenger urges of Obaseki. On to the next one, still on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. We have all the stories here. Fuel crisis looms nationwide as truck owners withdraw tankers from roads. Schools. Federal government to sanction violations of safe reopening guidelines, says minister. And on Buhari, we have Buhari meeting Akufo-Addo in Aso Rock over protest by Nigerian traders in Ghana. On to the next one. Previous government spent 8.9 trillion naira on subsidy in 10 years, says PPPRA. And the down part of the paper, we have Sanda Kaduna. No development without peace. Unity, says the president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari. There's no development without peace and unity, says Buhari. Cholera epidemic, hunger, tear Boko Haram apart as 80 fighters defect from Shekau's faction. Wow, that's a tragic one coming from the camp of Boko Haram. Cholera epidemic, hunger, tear Boko Haram apart as 80 fighters defect from Shekau's faction. Military alerted to planned joint ISWAP defectors attacks on Baga town in Borno. And the last story on the front page of this journal will be reading out to you people. Army commander killed in Boko Haram ambush. Army commander killed in Boko Haram ambush. Of course, we've read through the front page of this journal. We have our viewers set to express their views on this platform. I'll be right back. Good to see you once again on today's edition of Bystanders. All right, it's still the one and only newspaper review program all across the globe. Honestly, there's no counterfeit. Bystanders is number one.
I agree with you.
You agree with me?
Yes.
All right, let's see what we have on the front page of this journal. We have a story here reading that why we lost Edo to PDP by APC Chieftains. I said something earlier on when I was doing my introduction that politicians must always have excuses when they lost to their opposition. Now, what do you see in this scenario? Of course, the September 19 poll is over. How are you doing? it's over. But we are still talking about what is currently happening in Edo State, analyzing it right here at the newsstand. Of course, we are not in Edo State, but we know what is going on there. Now, do you think Obaseki deserved to win that election?
Good morning, Mr. Mike. Matthew is the name. I can categorically tell you that Obaseki is justified to win that election.
Wow.
And you can recall that on this platform, severally, I've said that I've predicted that Obaseki will win this election. All things being equal, it was clear that Obaseki was going to win this election. Wow. Because I told you on this platform that there are so many factors that determine who win an election in Nigeria. And severally we analyze it. At the point we talk about power of incumbency, to the extent of the dividends of democracy you have made to the people. We talk about resources. As an incumbent governor that he had that resources. We talk about the area he comes from. Wow. We talk about sympathy votes. We talk about the strength of the platform he moved into. And at the end of the day, we arrive at the conclusion that definitely he's a man to beat in this election. So it didn't come to me as a surprise.
Now, before the September 19 poll, there were speculations that the federal might play out. But at the end of the day, it seems the security operatives were not biased in that election. Talking about INEC also, INEC to an extent played its role. Looking at the citizens, they came out en masse to vote for their choice. Their mandate was not stolen, although it was safeguarded by the security operatives and the body called INEC. Now, do you give 100% to INEC and the security operatives?
It is not without consequence of impending action from American states, from international community. You will recall that on this platform, I have said, I called on international communities to bring their searchlight on Nigeria for the purpose of this election. I recall that prior to this election, so a few days to this election, American government through their ambassador to Nigeria made a press statement. Okay. That Nigerian politicians who were culpable in electoral malpractice in previous elections like Kogi State and Bayelsa State, okay, that they have been blacklisted. Yeah. And as such, that they are on visa restriction and they may not be able to access their properties in America. Consequent upon that, some Nigerians wrote petition against some perceived Nigerian politicians to British government, to European Union, to UN, that they should follow suit with what America did to compel Nigerian authority to do the needful. For me, I think the pressure from international community compelled Nigerian states to do the needful. Because if you look at even INEC on its own part, before that election, INEC opened a portal where from polling unit, the INEC officials will start uploading results once it's counted. And I think Nigerian government, Nigerian weather police, DSS, Army, Navy, name it, they were unbiased because perhaps Mr. President would have given them directive to do the needful. And the directive is not unconnected with pressure from international community. Though I still give Mr. President I salute him for having that courage to do the needful. Because for the first time in the history of this government, Mr. President has congratulated an opposition who won an election. And I saw in that congratulatory message where he said that democracy will mean nothing if people's mandate, if vote do not count, and if people's mandate is fraudulently manipulated. I totally agree with him, and I encourage him to continue in this manner. Under election is around the corner. Yeah. I want to see a repeat of this. PDP won in Edo because PDP is more popular. In Ondo State, another party may be more popular, and that party should win.
And of course, we know we have crisis in that state. We have ZLP, we have APC, we have PDP. These are three strong political parties in that state.
You are correct. The three major political parties are PDP, Zenny Labour Party, and APC. Now, I cannot categorically tell you that based on all principles that make somebody to win an election, all the indices, I cannot tell you that this is the person that will win the election. Okay. But in the days ahead, I would have been able to analyze it to know who is more on ground that will win the election.
Thank you so much. I hope you'll be able to analyze it on Pundits tomorrow. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good morning to you.
Morning.
Of course, you were one of the persons that really condemned the barbaric act of Oshomole before and during the election. And at the end of the day, we saw what played out. You said something which I really picked. You said Oshomole would not win that election. You never said Izeyamu, because many people thought it was a contest between Oshomole and Obaseki, not even Izeyamu. But at the end of the day, Obaseki defeated Oshomole. Now, what do you think will be the political future of Oshomole now that he has been defeated by his godson? Let me use it that way. Though godfatherism has been condemned in that state, but what do you think will be his future political ambition?
I thank God for how God saved Obaseki from the lion and bears that were swallowed him up if he lost the election. But by the grace of Father Yahweh and his mercy, he delivered Obaseki. Now, if Obaseki is a godly man, if Obaseki is a man of sympathizer, if Obaseki have human heart as I see him to be, he may spare Oshomole. Wow. He may have mercy on Oshomole. But if not, if he is like the man called also Dimba of Imo State. Also Dimba, that's his name. Also Dimba, not also Dimba. Also Dimba.
What's the meaning of also Dimba?
Gorilla or chimpanzee. If it's a person like him, he will deal with Oshomole. That's what I'm saying. He will deal with Oshomole. But the way I see God win Obaseki, he may not be like that man of Imo State. That a stupid court governor. So, if Obaseki want to pay Oshomole back, he will carry Oshomole, put him inside bottle, cock the bottle, open ground, concrete the ground, put him there, pour cement, seal him up there for 4 years at least. You know, this man in Abia State, Theodoji, when he was the governor in Abia State, he banned all Jews of Ghana not to enter Maya. For good 8 years he ruled. So, but I want Oshomole to learn a lesson. That the government cap, you don't wear government cap tight, like this, very tight. You wear government cap bevel, like this. So whenever government want to remove their cap, the cap, you do like this, the cap will fall out. But if you wear it so tight, when they want to remove the cap, they will pull and pull your hair. That's what happened to him.
There have been speculations that a trouble might loom between Izeyamu and Oshomole at the end of the day, because some person said Oshomole really tarnished or dent the image of Izeyamu by calling him those names in the previous election before this election that just went away. Now, do you foresee that?
If Izeyamu is a man who thinks twice,
don't you think his words affected him in this election?
This is what I'm saying. If Izeyamu is a man who thinks twice, is a man who knows himself, as he claims that he's a pastor, he could not have ever adjoined with Oshomole in this present election. He could have been in PDP or find any party. You understand? Because Oshomole contributed 100% failure to Izeyamu, both political, both impastorial, both economical, in anything. That image have tarnished. No, whether you call it politics, whether you call it football, whether you call it prostitute. That name have Ezi Yamu Oshomole have tarnished his name. Do you know that what Ezi Yamu, what Oshomole did before was what helped Obaseki to win? Because I heard that all the whole bad names he called Ezi Yamu and how he raised Obaseki hand up in the first election was what they put on billboard, big ball, advertising day and night. People were saying as if it was fresh on. That was one of these that killed Ezi Yamu. What they use, not all the word they speak against Ezi Yamu. That's what they use in this present election that they passed by campaign to finish the man up. Then if Ezi Yamu is a man of integrity, a man of respect, this one, not I'm a pastor, let's forgive and forget. He should separate himself totally from Oshomole. He should separate himself totally from Oshomole. Forget about politics. If you want to redeem his name, right. But and the way where I see Oshomo Ezi Yamu, okay. Ezi Yamu is not supposed to stand on pulpit again as a pastor. I'm telling you the reality. He is not supposed. If I am redeemed, I've never. He will come to church, yo. But I never allow him to stand on pulpit again as a pastor.
Thank you so much, Mr. Opara. Good to see you on today's edition of this program. Thank you so much. Just like his name reads, God win, the God, that's the God of the universe, the creator, win, which means God really supported Obaseki, God really backed him. The name is a great name, don't you think so?
Sure, the name implies something good to him, and God has always won or won.
And it worked for him.
And God has always been winning.
But we have it right here on the front page of this journal that while APC lost to PDP was simply because of the internal wrangling that has been going on between them or among them.
Thank you, Mr. Mike Adekule. You can say that's one of the major factors APC lost to PDP. You know, even still at the state level, APC had factional chairmen. Two factional chairmen. The other one was in support of Obaseki, and why the other one was in support of Osageze. So that will also play in. So that crisis division, right? So that division too also played out to the victory of Obaseki. Where there is no unity, where most of the and these two factional chairmen, each of them has their own people. Factions loyal to them, very much loyal to them.
They are the supporters.
They are the supporters, which and the supporters are also very loyal to them. Wow. So you can see this other one was in support of Mr. A, while this other one was supportable. And then again, where there is rancor,
don't expect peace.
Don't expect peace because even as at when some persons still not believe that see Pastor Osageze was the candidate of APC. Some people still not believe, which happens to be a strong member of the PDP. Some person believe that see Godwin Obaseki was still the candidate of APC. Even at that when they were still in where as when they still pinching their tent to him. So rancor again was just a major factor to why APC lost in the state. Because you as the treasurer chairman, you cannot align all the factional groups together. Why can't you team them up and let them work for the interest of the party? Instead, you brought in division to the party.
Now that he has won, what do you expect from the governor of that state? What role do you think he should be playing? Of course, he defected to PDP, and he was a former member of APC. He won the governorship ticket and he won that position through the platform of APC. Now that he's in PDP, do you think he will be able to carry both PDP and APC along in that state?
Mr. Mike Adekule, point of correction, he's no longer a member of APC. So there's no need of him carrying what ACPC does in the states is no longer his business.
But I believe it should belong to nobody and belong to everybody.
No. See, when it comes to politics, politics is a game of interest. His own his own party should be his own interest. When it comes to what governance, it will govern well. Now, when it comes to governance and politics, there should be dichotomy between these two things. When it comes to governance, it should govern the state well, and then when it comes to what politics, it should clearly face its own party. So when it comes to politics and governance, these are two different things entirely. What I expect of him now, once it comes to governance, he should hit the state running. Because when I listen to the I was supposed to listen to the debate. Pastor APC candidate, yes, accuse him of something, and which I feel he should go back to his own drawing board. He said there are no teachers in the state, so this is time for him. Now he has won, so let him go back. Let him go
and look at his weaknesses.
Yes, let him go back and watch the clips of the debate and see where this man might have attacked him and say, okay, where have I failed? Where have I failed? I just mentioned the issue of teachers. He should go back. Okay, if there's no teachers in the state, recruit more teachers. If the health sector is dying, look for means, look for diverse means, and recruit health workers. Every sector of the state, he thinks he has left behind. He should go back and watch the clips, because this man might have done his own study for him to have come out on here and say, okay, this is where he has lacked it. And then again, he also mentioned the issue of what's it called, agriculture. He should also improve of this. So I don't think time for politics is over. Now it's time for governance. So let him go back and govern the state. He should not bring in politics on this.
Of course, we are still expecting Lucky on this platform. Lucky is still in Edo State. I don't know. Where's Lucky, David? Come on, because some viewers called me and some of them sent messages that they've been expecting Lucky to speak on this platform.
Lucky will soon. I spoke with him last night and he said hopefully by today he would arrive Lagos. And then when he arrived Lagos, so he will bring an
wine.
Yes, wine.
Yeah,
everything is.
I don't take beer. I don't take wine. I only take malt. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
You are boiling right behind me. What's happening? What's going on there? What's trending?
We're trying to compare compare America with Nigeria, and I was trying to tell them that we are not the same. We can compare the Western world with Nigeria. Yes, because there they have, for example, now in America they speak two languages, but here in Nigeria we have thousands of languages. So with that we can be one.
So we can
be one. With that we can be one. Language is language is an identity. So our language, we are not one Nigeria.
No. Should that be the cause of our division? Or
no, it's part of it. It's part of it. Language, identity, tribes, and religion. Those are the things that break Nigeria. We can be one. Every Nigerian has his own identity. If you see a Yoruba man without being told, you know this is a Yoruba man. And if you see an Hausa man without being told, this is an Hausa man. And if you see a Igbo man without being told, this is an Igbo man.
Now let's quickly go to Edo State on that.
Okay,
Obaseki, on that same division we're talking about. You said language is a barrier that can divide a country.
Yes.
Now, what do you think can divide the people or can break the people away from Obaseki?
What makes the people?
He has won.
He has won already.
Now, what do you
think? The most important thing for Obaseki, since he has won the election, he needs to unite with others in the state. He needs to bring everybody, make sure he carries everybody along, because that shows that those people in Edo State are bona fide owner of Edo State. For example, now like Obashaju who went there to campaign, he has missed it already, because this is a state of origin. It's not Lagos. You can't compare with Lagos, where we have Lagos is a circular state.
It's a nation state.
Yes, it's a nation state. So you cannot compare it with Lagos, because those people there are Edo people, not Yoruba. Even if they are Yoruba, they have their language also.
Does it mean we don't have citizens of Lagos?
We only have few.
We don't have
70% of those people that reside in Lagos are non-indigenous.
Wow.
Few. 30% are indigenous, but 70% are not indigenous.
And it's still difficult for an opposition party to take over Lagos State. Why?
And when Lagos State is a liberal state, Lagos State is a place where everybody comes to make money. So it's very easy for somebody who happens to be, I mean, who was able to maneuver his way and get the people. Because Lagos is a secular state, it's a liberal state.
Now, people expected the influence of the Jagaban himself to play out in that election. But at the end of the day, it seems that Jagaban was disgraced. Oshomole also was downgraded.
Yes. We have to talk about Jagaban, what he did is totally wrong.
Doesn't he have that political power again?
No, he has, but as a leader, as a national leader, he's supposed to be liberal because he has a plan that he wanted to rule this country. And he knows that he wanted to govern the whole nation. So he's supposed to be liberal, not party. He's supposed to be liberal. He was the one that killed Iseyamu's glory. He was the one that crucified Iseyamu's glory.
That's
Oshomole and even Asiwaju.
Wow.
He's a leader, he's a national leader. He's not supposed to behave that way. As a national leader, you go there, make peace, talk to the first party, talk to the second party, because you're a national leader, not a state leader.
Listen, national leader, not national leader of a country, national leader of a political party.
Yes.
Which is all progressive
Congress.
Congress.
Yes. So it's.
But you're saying national leader.
He's not as a political party, not as a nation. A political party.
I don't think he would have talked to the opposition. He would have.
No, there is a way. No. It's not. No. As a party, there is a way. There is a way you address issues maturely. Maturely, he didn't address the issue maturely. He would have done to the other party. Well, if God said it's going to be, if God said what's it called? Obaseki is going to win. Fine, good luck. Even if I say good luck to him, fine. He's liberal. But for him to be saying authoritatively that this is what I want, this is all because of whatever Obaseki has done. Obaseki was formerly in PDP. He moved on to APC. From APC, he went back to PDP. So he's supposed to be liberal. No matter either your party, even if you are protecting your party, you still have to be liberal. Because you are going to govern the nation, you are going to govern the state, and you have there's no place whereby you cannot have you are about to have an opposition. So both opposition and the ruling is supposed to be, when you are addressing issues, it's supposed to be addressed maturely.
Which means he wasn't wise enough by saying that the Edo people should not vote for Obaseki.
No, it's not wise enough for him as a leader.
And he wasn't wise enough by saying that Obaseki has no respect for rule of law.
No, it's not wise enough. It's not wise enough. It doesn't handle the issue maturely.
Wow.
To me, no, that's not how it's supposed to address the issue.
The advice you can give to Obaseki right now?
The advice I can give to Obaseki, even Oshomole, what was it called? Oshomole is he has buried the Iseyamu's glory. He's a destiny helper and also he's a destiny killer. He has killed Iseyamu's glory. But my advice for Obaseki is that he should just forget about the past, make sure he brings the people along and do the right thing for Edo people.
All right, thank you so much. Toluwani, right here at the newsstand, keeping it real. All right, let's have my main man there. You're looking cool and cute. That's a very good man here, right here at the newsstand. Your name?
My name is Mr. James.
James, you are a strong supporter of PDP before the election. And thank God you are still supporting the party. You still supported Obaseki and you are still supporting Obaseki. Till tomorrow. Thank God, Godwin Obaseki is now the winner.
Yes.
I know you are happy.
I'm so happy because that is the wish or the will of people. You know, in life, the voice of people is the voice of God. When people stand in one thing, God backs them up. Because Oshomole has caused a lot of havoc in those states. It was going about sorting the elders, and you cannot, as a child, you can't sort an elder and grow far in life. You say, the standard that said, if you want to grow far in life, you must have to stand in the shoes of the people that have gone far before you. That's what had killed Oshomole in that place. It was insulting the elders, it was disgracing them, and he thought he can come back to win the nation in that place. He won the first election. No, he didn't want it. Iseyamu won the first election when he was in PDP. But because of the use power of incumbency and rig him out, now Obaseki can won and take the victory. Now, in second term, Oshomole now went back and began to castigate Obaseki as he's now a bad person. And he forgot that he was the one that brought Obaseki in the first time. Now he became the bad one. In the first time, he was castigating Iseyamu, that Iseyamu is a rogue, is a criminal, that he has done a lot of things. Now he turned to Obaseki. You can't bring confusion in a home. You don't build a home in that way. So what really happened is that the will of people prevailed, and people made their choice. Because they want to have a change. In life, there must be a change. They say change is permanent. We can't continue moving in one direction and think I can make anything in life. No. A time will come when you have to take another direction and check the balances. What I'm doing, am I doing the right thing? That is what's happening in this state, or what's happening in this state. Because a nation has passed the stage where you can come and you force people to remain in a particular place. In those states or a middle belt, it's not like a western part or in Lagos where one man is controlling. In that side, there are other men of people that can say no, I can say yes in one particular thing. So what played out there is the will of people. And as God may have it, Obaseki, he did a good job in those states. He worked there. That was what happened in Lagos. Ambo didn't work in Lagos. But Tinubu came out and said, no, we don't want him again. And he pushed him out. Now, Oshun want to play the same thing that Tinubu is playing in Lagos. And it doesn't work away.
No, just like what some stalwarts in APC said. They said APC lost to PDP just because of the internal wrangling that was going on.
There is no internal wrangling. What's happened is caused by Oshomole. Because Oshomole is a confusion in APC. It was the one that makes both the fact that he has caused a lot of things. I think it's God that used him to destroy APC. And I may say it categorically that this is the last election the APC will win in Nigeria. If I thought Nigeria will still existing till then.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution. Nice one from you. Sunday, quickly we are going. About to round it off. We have Sunday right here at the newsstand. Sunday, the biggest man right here.
Yes,
keeping it real with you.
Life no be by struggle.
It's not by struggle, yes. But Izayamu struggled to make it. But at the end of the day, he was shut up. But Obaseki, the winner of the September 19th poll. Now, there have been statements by some of the APC members that the cause of APC lost to PDP is just simply because of the wrangling, the rancor within the APC members or among the APC members.
APC in Nigeria is dead. It's not operating again. Because I told them, if you people remember my word, that the same people say PDP is dead. They forget that the people they are operating with are PDP people. The core PDP people would have formed PDP are still working with the APC. And they are still spoiling their name. That PDP do this. You know why one thing that makes this regime not moving? Because everybody they have in that APC, half of them are from PDP. And you are still condemning the same PDP that want to help you people. Because the same PDP that joined them, help them to reach federal. And they are still condemning those same people. And you think that the same people will fold their hand and looking at them. It's not possible. And that's why I told you that APC is dead. This Edo State is a sign. Because Okorocha has said it. That the reason why APC is still together is because of Buhari. Yeah, because APC is dead and gone for good. You understand? Because in this country we are, as in Nigeria now, a very sensible person that mama born, he gets sent, they work out for road. They won't do election. If they vote for APC, he's the enemy of this country. Because those are the people that have caused the worst calamity. Worst calamity in this nation is APC government. All of them, nothing to write them about in this country. Nigeria that other Africa respect. When they come, they scatter everything. Nothing to write them about. All of them are sitting there complaining. Shati, Buhari, you 3 years to blame PDP. 3 years. You forget that it's only have 4 years for one tenure. But you 3 years to blame PDP. Blame PDP till 4 years finish. He still they remember say they still there for president to do something. And now they still say by blaming PDP they want to go and win another place. The same shock that is shocking all of them. APC have already divided, as you see APC so. The deputy governor and the governor have already divided the party. If you don't know, you see PDP just sit down watching. Look at Sheima Konde yesterday. He visit Ondo State. look at how people massive come out welcome him, and some people come out to say it's because of Chema Konde APC want to strong for Southwest. If they like, let them pack everybody. The same all of them go to Edo State where they dey. Oshomole sef since election we no see Oshomole. Who see Oshomole? Other big people in Edo vote. They say they don't vote. Oshomole sef no get voters card. He dey shout he no vote because he no get voters card. Where he wan vote for? So this is what I have to say to them. Let them forget about APC. Buhari sef, as you see Buhari so he don tire for the party because the party sef no dey support am. All of them what they after is to chop and looting our money because how can one man go carry 2 ballot for enter him house? Na him be CBN. So they have not come to ask that question, but time go come we go still ask them that question wey they don comot for that place as they dey ask other people question. Na wetin I had to tell them this morning. You understand?
And on this note, I say goodbye to you on today's edition of this program. Endeavor to join us next time on the same platform. Of course, you know Michael Adekunle, and I have another namesake behind the camera talking about Michael Ojo, keeping it real. Behind him also, Bori. That's a very good editor in the studio. All right, viewers across the globe, make sure you join us next time on this same platform. As I've said earlier on, you can join us on our social media handles displayed on the screen. You can also subscribe to our sister channel, Flip TV Plus. Join me on Facebook, Michael Timothy Adekunle. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.